Áudio é foda, né?
Okay. Most of you know, if you've followed the last couple of videos, I've already made a couple of this related to Eliza Blue. It just keeps getting uglier and uglier. And now there's even more people involved, and I've seen the quartering is attempting his dial back of how much he wants to keep reporting on this. It seems we're beginning to get more questions than we are answers, is the way it normally goes with stuff like this. I think the most disappointing part, honestly, has to be seeing that Timcast and Timcast IRL members are involved in this as well. What really spurned me was the context with all of these things together. Right. We just had the Daily Wire and the Steven Crowder beef. Now, why is that important? Well, what was their main beef about in the first place? Beyond the contract. So the contract stipulation, what was it about? It was about big tech censorship and how things aren't objective and how the guidelines and the rules and the community, all of that stuff, it is applied as a mere whim. It is not in any way, shape, or form any kind of meaningful text set in stone. The arbitrators of who decides these rules, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Google, name it, there's a bunch of them, big board, throw your dart at it. It's a joke, right? The reason it's relevant is because we still have a content creator blocked, locked out of her account on Twitter. We have another YouTuber, that Star Wars girl, bringing to light even more accounts that are being deplatformed much longer after you would have expected the fire to have cooled on this issue altogether. And so we're going to get into it. We're going to get into all of this extreme disappointment and stuff that you probably aren't aware of, because what we do here is we try to do a lot of uncovering. Okay, so the first post I want to bring us to and bring light to this is from Brittany Venti. Brittany Venti is still locked out of Twitter, okay? We're going to read through this real quickly. She comes in, this is from 17 hours ago. Hi guys, I'm snowed in right now. Yes, in Texas. I have a statement to make and I can't stream right now and have no way of getting this out. At this point, even if she comes clean, Eliza has lied, has several inconsistencies about her story when she isn't busy switching the topic or being vague on podcasts. She made it so victims won't be believed because of her lies about the videos being non-consensual. I can say that because of her recording saying she chased after the World Star guy just to get her music video. She has stepped on the back of victims to get ahead while claiming to help them. She has had about 10 accounts or more at this point deplatformed off of Twitter, according to that Star Wars Girls thread on Twitter. I am locked out, closing in on 2 weeks soon. This is my livelihood she is affecting. I cannot get news for content or contact content creators. I cannot even defend myself on the platform. She's entirely locked out, and I think she's using Social Blade to keep track of what's going on with her account while she's locked out. Right here. This isn't a simple, I'm sorry. He has personally affected my business and others involved. I have had libels spouted about me. Eliza lying about what I posted being non-consensual, painting me as malicious. Her bestie and manager Amanda saying I posted non-consensual nudes, as well as Cassandra Fairbanks McDonald saying I sexually harassed Eliza. Cassandra Fairbanks, or formerly, is Tim Pool's booker and who made it so she can't go on Tim Pool, which I was unaware of. I'm a very avid follower of Timcast IRL. I have a lot of utmost respect for the machine that they have pumping out with information, news, and all the like. Now, she goes in to say, like, imagine if she was a man, right? Imagine if she was a man in this situation. And again, bringing light to, again, how toxic the dichotomy becomes when it becomes a man versus woman on these issues regarding, like, sexual and human trafficking, yada, yada, yada. In her final, and then in her final statement here, I'm not buying her bullshit. I don't care how many crocodile tears she sheds or how Christian she claims to be on Twitter, but what she did was wrong, a disgrace to Christian values. She shouldn't be on Twitter when she abused the system and wasted resources that were intended to help actual victims and deplatformed to so many. She's a professional victim. This was much earlier. This is related to Shane Cashman, who Timcast has assigned as their investigative journalist to be attached to Eliza Blue. From Brittany, just wanted to keep you guys updated and let you know what my expectations of a fair investigation from Timcast IRL's journalist are pretty low after seeing this. Between this and the clip of Eliza kissing Shane's ass when he was on with her on Timcast makes me doubt he will get the full scoop. I hope I'm not wrong, but it's not looking good. You can find the clip on Think Before You Sleep Twitter or on the Quartering's new video. If Tim really is trying to search more into this, then it's just unfortunate for Tim between Shane's huge potential bias and Cassandra McDonald Fairbanks being biased at being Tim's booker and Eliza's good friend. I know Tim is trying by sending out a journalist, but this is most likely going to affect how the story is getting reported. The subject matter of free speech is so important, especially to Tim's brand. Her deplatforming with the help of the head of Twitter staff safety alone is a huge deal and it deserves fair coverage. And I believe she's 100% correct. I have directly offered to go on Tim's show after I was canceled. First, the scheduling fell through for Tim's show. Then I was canceled to go on Pop Culture, Tim's other show, due to Cassandra, as I was told by Tim Pool via email. Now that is just like, especially for someone who's Tim who constantly complains about how people don't want to come on, they don't want to talk about the hard subjects. That's low. I mean, not low, but like that's just pathetic. And you can't sit here and tell me that with the things that are going on with Brittany Venti right now, that she's too small, the story's too small to have on. Specifically, when Tim goes on a tirade on Twitter, deleting tweets, essentially blaming the Quartering who flaked on him, which the Quartering admits himself. We had the Quartering booked for last night and he bailed on us. We've had Shane Cashman working on the story. We're just going to go right to this video. Now, the part I want to show you here is we're going to go through this a little bit live because I actually seen this shortly after he had posted this yesterday. Right? Tim Pool, tweet from him. People want us to talk about the Eliza Blue story. We had the Quartering booked for yesterday, booked a month in advance. He flaked on us. His words. He can come on any time and we will find a new date. Y'all want a show about it and we had it timed perfectly, but it fell apart. Now, I'm not going to play this part because there's more to get into. But, and I agree with Jeremy here, he says that they had booked him a month in advance. So if you booked the Quartering a month in advance, that means the story wasn't hot topic, wasn't even known about at that point in time. Meaning that you had booked the Quartering to talk about something that was present in that news cycle then, not now. But to then just to admit that and say you did invite him a month ago, but that you had this plan to talk about this specific thing for today, and that Jeremy flaking's the reason you're not talking or you're not covering this story. I mean, come on, that's fake. You're lying. Fake. There's something else going on here because he deleted these tweets in real time. So we can get to the next one. He gets down here because Tim's got a second tweet. Maybe this will trick Jeremy into coming on the show. And I agree with the Quartering's take on this. And he's got more tweets here. We had the Quartering booked for last night and he bailed on us. This is the third tweet from Tim, Jeremy. We've had Shane Cashman working on the story. People are still mad at us. Should we stop trying to cover the story? Seems like that may be the best approach. You can't appease a mob. Now, I've followed Tim for a long time. Like, what is the pettiness here? Like, this is some real, like, cupcake Girl Scout, I got a little sand in my panties type shit, dude. Like, you gotta step it up, bro. You can't appease a mob. Bro, just report on the story. People pay you for the news and that you won't be scared, that you attempt to report and investigate on these issues. If you're not going to do it, I guess I need to develop some more time and set aside to kind of research and do some more journalism here. If I can't rely upon you to be an objective source and you're going to get in some infighting with Jeremy, who blatantly goes outright like, man, like, I get that I flaked on you, but like, I'm not the reason that you're not talking about the story. Like, be honest with your viewers. It's infuriating, brother. I'm so tired of this fake, everybody lies, bro. He goes on to say, if spending thousands on travel and accommodations for a multi-leg reporting trip and even booking Jeremy isn't enough, I'm ready to call it and just save the money at this point. Bro, then save your money. Then pack it up. But it more seems like he's trying to tread the waters with these tweets to really kind of gauge how his audience feels. And seeing how he took him down in real time, I would imagine that his audience is turning on him saying, bro, why don't you cover the story? I was just trying to get to the part where he deleted him in real time. Here we go.
And he deleted that one. Okay. Well, all right. So maybe it was just a moment of weakness and rage. He literally just deleted it in real time. All right. And he deleted the other tweet about me. Okay. All right.
So I seen that yesterday from the quartering. And like I just said, he probably got so much pushback on those tweets because people in this audience are following this story, and people in his wing of his audience who mainly follows him follow him for his staunch stance on being a First Amendment rights, like it is holy grail, first and second. I'm sure now there's going to be even more information brought to light in the coming days. Like, what is this weird Shane Cashman, Eliza Blue connection? What is this weird, like, just not unwillingness to talk about things? And for me, Cassandra Fairbanks' involvement is very questionable at this now, because she also has been someone who I've known for a while as a contributor to Tim Pool's show as well as Timcast News. What is the involvement here? I mean, we've had the timeline broken down for us for Eliza very, very openly. And all these accounts being censored and knocked out, it's not right. The censorship is not right. And I completely agree with Brittany here. This obfuscation, however you say that, the smoke and mirrors, the fog of war here is like what is going on? Why is this person being protected so much? Is there some kind of vital connection that nobody's put together yet that has some kind of linchpin and something much greater? Like, what is this protection? And then for this guy to go in and call out people who have their accounts locked, when you deleted tweets yesterday because you're being petty about not covering a story. Now, I respect him, bro. Like, I really do. But I don't respect people who lie and people who are shady. I don't. You're either honest, you're upfront, and you believe what you believe, or you don't. It's point blank. Anyways, peace.